This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Lord have mercy. Whoa, well.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Central Bank of the Bahamas, the Cleveland Clinic, Fine Threads, First Caribbean Bank, Grand Bahama News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's and Games, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Try to use me and abuse me. I leave them with the brown. The work goes by so long on them plantation, and me never get paid. Of all they stole away, how many life them slay. Now them work just lock them in them space. Why are yes?
You got it locked and loaded to the Tuesday, November 12th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. It is Tuesday, so you know we will be checking in with Grand Bahama. It is the Freeport Report, as we do each and every Tuesday on the flip side of the break. As we get into the buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. Sarah Kirkby will be chiming in from the Grand Bahama News, and, of course, Darren Cooper. So we'll get caught up with everything that's going on in Grand Bahama, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And like I said, the lines will be open, so if you want to chime in, here's
how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Toll free in any one of the Family Islands, 242-300-5720. 242-300-5720. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. And like I said, lots to talk about, not just in Grand Bahama. And speaking of Grand Bahama, you know, they got that great supplement every Tuesday in the Guardian. Be sure to check it out. Everything that's going on in Grand Bahama is in there. So you definitely want to check that out. Of course, we will be talking with Sarah and Darren in short order. But before we get to that, we definitely got to check out our headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
And here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views in Madison since 1844. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. And don't forget, they got the BOGO going on. Buy one, get one free on jeans at both Fine Thread locations, Top of the Hill, Mackey Street, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza. Both of those are locations available for you 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Saturday. For more information, simply log on to FineThreads.com. All right. Here we go. Crimes, 100 million hit to GDP. IDB, Bahamas' fourth highest in region in cost impact of homicides. Story by Rachel Scott. The Bahamas has the fourth highest impact on its GDP from homicides in the Latin American and Caribbean region, according to a recent study by the Inter-American Development Bank. The study, which was based on data from 2022, found that homicides cost the country nearly 0.8% of its GDP. The Bahamas National Statistics Institute, BNSI, reported real GDP at $12.5 billion in 2022. That means a homicide cost $100 million. So homicides, all right, that's $100 million. Okay? So far this year, the Bahamas has recorded 105 murders. In 2023, 110 murders were recorded, a decrease from 2022 when there were 128. That's 32 per 100,000 people. Only Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and Honduras record higher figures. You can read more on that as well. LNG pipeline report raises concerns over wetland protection. Story by Tanika Thompson. Protected native vegetation and wetland would be impacted by the construction of a proposed 13.5-mile liquefied natural gas LNG pipeline project in New Providence, according to a report prepared by JSS Consulting. The report dated August 6, 2024, also said animals that live or visit the site throughout the year would be impacted by the development. The Davis administration has plans for the construction of an LNG plant at the Blue Hills Power Station. Read more there. Policeman charged with rape. Story by Artesia Davis. A police constable on Monday was remanded to prison on a rape charge. When he appeared before Chief Magistrate Roberta Reckley, Julian Smith was not required to enter a plea to the allegations that he raped an 18-year-old woman on October 28th. At the time of the alleged offense, Smith was stationed at the Tourism Police Unit. However, Smith has been suspended from duty and placed on half-pending pay during the outcome of the case. The matter has been adjourned to April 10th, 2025 for the presentation of a voluntary bill of indictment. The police force has been dogged by allegations of sexual assault in recent times. That is an understatement. Man accused of attempted murder of ex-girlfriend at resort. A 34-year-old man was on Monday charged with the attempted murder of his ex-girlfriend. Leslie Ferguson, 34, and is accused of stabbing Shantheria Ambrista at Bahama on November 4th. He was not required to enter a plea to the charge when he appeared before Magistrate Raquel Wims. The matter was adjourned to March 31st, 2025. New exam for pilots could bring about significant disruption to public association, warns the DPM. Association warns. The recently formed Bahamas Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association is concerned that the Ministry of Tourism, Investments, and Aviation and the Civil Aviation Authority are implementing pilot testing standards that are not aligned with local aviation industry or the Federal Aviation FAA testing system. They say that has been the bedrock of local pilot testing. Before I tell you. The devil is in the details. Got to look keenly at what people say sometimes. So keep an eye on that. God forbid. That does throw a disruption in there like they say it does. And that's just the front page of the Guardian. You check out the business section. Chamber says Amazon's free shipping an imminent threat. Story by Yuri Kemp. The Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation said yesterday that Amazon's free shipping to the Bahamas initiative is an imminent threat to market share. The Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation has noted the recent development of Amazon offering free shipping to the Bahamian market and the concerns from the business community, specifically those in the freight, logistics, and retail industries. And if that ain't bad enough, gas. Rubis 553, Esso 539, Shell 538. I tell you all, invest in a moped or a pogo stick or a scooter or a skateboard. Anyway, that's a wrap. We're going to take a quick break. Flip side of the break, we'll get into the buzz. All brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. We'll be going live to Grand Bahama. We'll chime in with Sarah Kirkby and Darren Cooper. We'll find out everything that's going on in Grand Bahama as the Tuesday, November 11th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this. The Freeport Report is coming up.
And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Me bona fire pan a week at Babylon and the free talk could I never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown.
Are you looking to save for a big purchase or occasion? Do you want your money to start making money for you? Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Bond, the Bahamas Government Savings Bond. I am guaranteed to earn interest on your money with terms ranging from 1 to 6 years. Government savings bonds are available to all Bahamians, and for as little as $100, you can start to save for your future. The Bahamas Government Savings Bond, a safe investment guaranteed. Check out the Central Bank of the Bahamas website for details.
Take a juicy bite out of life with the new KFC Bacon Ranch Sandwich. From its 100% premium 120-gram white meat filet, KFC signature ranch sauce, and fresh lettuce to its cheddar cheese and smoky bacon stacked on a toasted brioche bun. You'll love this ultimate sandwich experience. Yes, the fried chicken experts have done it again. The KFC Bacon Ranch Sandwich is available in original recipe or spicy, but only available for a limited time at your favorite KFC. The new KFC Bacon Ranch Sandwich is here, and it's finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport convenience stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama Market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News sales representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John Shoes.
Lord have mercy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, well. The bonfire banner we got Babylon and the free talk could have never get me down. And though they tried to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Me bonfire banner we got Babylon and the free talk could have never get me down. And though they tried to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown.
We're back at ya on the Tuesday, November 12th edition of Talking Heads. It's time to get into the buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. Don't forget, new arrivals every Monday and Tuesday, ladies. New arrivals. Be sure to check them out at John's. Both locations, John's Plaza, Carmichael, and the flagship store over there on Rosetta today. And like I told you, they got a wide selection for everybody. So be sure to get on in and check it out. And like I said, early in the week, Monday and Tuesday, new arrivals. All right? New arrivals. And don't forget, John's reminds you that they've got fast fashions as well. So be sure to check them out. Not only do they have the shoe lines for you, but they got the fast fashion. Don't forget, they just added Steve Madden for the men. Definitely want to check that out. Off the chain. And slip-ins are now in. Skechers slip-ins are now in stock at John's. Slip-in and scrubs. Slip-in scrubs made with silky, soft, stretchy knit fabric. These scrubs are cozy as they come. Slide out of the ordinary scrubs into the next level comfort, because you deserve to feel the love. Available only at John's Carewear. And be sure to check them out. They got the scrubs and they got the slip-in Skechers. So be sure to check them out as well. John's definitely hooking it up for you. Let's get to this call real quick before we get to Grand Bahama. Talking Heads.
Golly days talking away so long with you, Naughty.
What's going on, Brayman?
Well, you need justice, law, and order in the Bahamas here.
What you got for me? What's happening?
What I want to ask you, right? Would you break down when it comes to a murder, right? Break it down, why it costs so much in dollars. Give me the figure.
Why would cost so much in dollars, Raymond?
Say it again?
I didn't hear all of your question. You broke up a little bit.
Okay. What happened is, right, they talked about how much money it costs the government, how much money a murder costs the government.
$100 million. 0.8% of the GDP.
Break it down for me. Can you?
So out of the GDP in 2022, that was at $12.5 billion. That means that homicide during that time, which was 0.8% of its GDP from 2022, meant that homicide cost the Bahamas $100 million of its GDP of $12.5 billion.
That's plural or just a single murder?
No. When they say homicide, that's plural, all right? Homicide meaning homicides, all of those.
Okay, well, let me ask you something. Why it costing us so much money?
Because, to be honest with you, I'm thinking that 0.8% has to be $100 million. It could not be $100 million a homicide.
But Naughty, I wish you could get the figure, get the reason.
So take for example, they had 128 murders.
Okay.
Nice yawn, Sarah. 128 murders. All right?
Wait. That wasn't me. That was Darren.
Oh, that was Darren. All right. Well, just let me deal with Brayman. But Brayman, we got to get to Freeport. But basically, one murder, we got to break it down. According to the article, it says that a murder, a homicide, was 100 million. Now, I have to do the math on that. If the GDP is 12.5 billion, and you got 100 and some murders, it could break down to 1 point some billion. That could actually be 100 million a murder if you got, I don't know, you got to do the math on it.
So that's going to cost the police work, the hospital work, the whatever work, and stuff like that? All of that involved?
Yeah.
Hey.
It's costing us. It's costing us, all right? The bottom line is, it's costing us our GDP, 100 million.
Yes, it costs.
It's 100 million hit to the GDP. That's ludicrous. But I got to get to Freeport, Brayman. Be safe. Take care, bro. Thanks for the call. All right, let's get to Sarah and Darren. What's happening, guys? How are you?
Good. You got to get there before Darren falls asleep.
Man, listen. I don't know, man. I can leave the jury out on whose yawn that belonged to. I can leave that one alone.
Don't try that.
But I hope everything is well in Grand Bahama. We got lots to talk about. So, Sarah, give us the good, and me and Darren will take care of the bad and the ugly. What you got for us this week?
Well, I got a bit of bad.
Oh, wow.
Good afternoon to you lovely gentlemen. I know I've loved chatting with you today. I'm glad that you're feeling better, Naughty.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We missed you last week.
I missed being here, man, and I was under the weather, but it was not a good look, not a good feel, but I'm glad to be here.
It wasn't a good Tuesday last week anyhow, so that's okay. We had an interesting conversation, and that's a whole thing that Burley and I have to go talk about. Okay, so the conversation this week is our lead story, which is the new immigration travelers program fee causing concern among long-term visitors. So for those of you who don't know, here in Freeport, we have a very large Canadian contingency that comes through. And since Dorian, it started to pick up slowly, after COVID. And then, it really started to come back last year. And it was, for lack of a better word, it was jamming. It was packed here. It was great to see Freeport buzzing so much with second homeowners. And things have started to pick up in that department with all the projects going on. It's still difficult to get here. As everybody, I think, in the entire Bahamas knows, our airport is still not up and going at proper levels that we want. So, but in the meantime, this has kind of thrown a little wrench in our smooth move to get here. And it's just very confusing for the guests that are arriving on the island. So we were just looking for clarity. It's a good read to understand it. But basically, at the end of the day, when you come to the island, you're, as a second homeowner, or someone who's coming to stay for an extended period, the snowbird season, which can be anywhere from 3 to 6 months if you're very lucky and you're retired and you can do that. Usually you get stamped through to stay that time. You're staying at a set address and things like that. Well, things have changed now, and there is now a new fee that you have to pay for an extended stay. It's a fee to request to stay, is lack of a better word.
Hold on, a fee to request to stay? So you got to pay a fee in order to request to stay, but you have no guarantee of your request being granted?
There you go. It's
and if your request is granted, you have to pay another fee?
I guess so. I don't know. And it used to be that when you came in at the port of entry, you would speak to the officer at the time. You would probably say, I'm staying here at Coral Beach for so many months, and then I'm coming in and I'm going to stay for 4 months, play golf and hang out with my friends and put money into the economy, have a good time, and retire and relax and go to the beach all day. There you go. But now it's not happening. And according to the people on the various chat sites and the people that contact us, they're being given 30 days when they come. And if you don't ask for an extension right there at the port and speak to a supervisor, that immigration officer is going to tell you that you have to apply for this new fee, or this new immigration travelers program fee. And so it's on various Facebook pages. It's on a boat Facebook page that has 58,000 followers. I couldn't believe that. And so we spoke to a couple of people who spoke to us directly. We also had an owner of a car dealership who talked to us about it. Because, if you're adding in your budget and you're not sure if you're staying and then you're worried. So it's causing a lot of concern for people at a time when we really want to make sure our guests are coming and having as good a time as possible.
Boy, I get that there might be a warrant that they say, okay, we have X amount of visitors. Let's see if we can make some revenue off of it. But if it's going to destroy the market, if it's going to run the market, then you don't want to cut off your nose in spite of your face.
Exactly.
Are they going to meet with these residents and maybe try to strike a deal and get a happy medium on this?
Not that I know of. We spoke to the director of immigration, and he's basically, the problem is that it's not a written rule exactly what you get, and we couldn't find it anywhere. So it's really up to the discretion of the officer at the time. Now, what these people are telling us that are coming in is they're being told by the officers that they're only going to be given 30 days. Then they have to go and do this form and fill it out, which, it's not easy going to immigration. Got to make an appointment, got to do this, got to wear closed shoes. And if you're a woman, has to be a decent skirt because you can't go too sexy to the immigration department. Wow. That's a whole nother story. But then you have to then and do this fee. But if you know about it ahead of time, you can request to that officer to ask for a supervisor, and then you can try and see if you can get the extended 3 to 6 months. So people just, they don't like this disparity. They want to know, hey, I can come in and I can do this. So they're quite upset about it. And we've had a lot of phone calls, and I went out happened to be in Coral Beach, and I got like 6 or 7 people were just like complaining to me. I was like, okay, we'll look into it,
Wow. More red tape. Yeah. But obviously, this administration thinks it could work. I mean, Darren, what's your take on it? You still got Darren, or is Darren muted? Darren, you unmute yourself, my brother.
I thought he fell asleep.
No, I just want to hear his take on it, because obviously, with the influx of visitors there, I mean, you do want the revenue, but where's it going to go? Where's it going to benefit?
Rental company.
Correct.
So, Noddy, the little that I was able to garner from this, first of all, we're dealing with a government who is just all about taxing, traveling, enjoying life, and then taxing whoever they can tax, not understanding that it's hurting our economy and it's also hurting businesses. And so, and what is so amazing is that so many decisions are being made without proper consultation, without dialogue. You just push it down our throat, we swallow it, and then you leave officers to have to be able to articulate and explain this, and then the government says no new taxes, no new charges. But this is what we're dealing with. You understand? And so it's very unfortunate. Of course, like me, I look forward. This is now the season where a lot of us in the car rental business deals with the Canadians or the winter birds that come here for 3, 4, 5 months during the winter season, that we can make some money. And so it's not just the car rentals, it's many others. It's the Airbnbs, it's the food stores, and many others. And so for you now, for me, one time I can come, stay my required time, and no red tape. Now you're telling me I'm only given 30 days, and I have to now go into to put in an application or to get some further approval. That will cost me. What make you think they won't come? Won't continue to come when I'm going to have to pay for extension or pay for a longer period of time than I would have usually do. So I don't know. It's very unfortunate.
I don't know if this texter is being facetious or not. Naughty. Inform Sarah and Darren if the extra fees are so. That is a good move to kill the extended stay tourist market. Now, I don't know if they're being facetious or not with this, because I'm just reading the text, but
that's what it is. That's what it is.
But why would you want to extend? Why would you want to kill the extended tourist market? Don't you want every possible tourist market you could get?
Because someone is telling them something that's not factual, and that doesn't make sense. And then when you see the kickback and the pushback, they asked the Diddy and asked the price. Well, where did that come from? We didn't even know about it. Oh, we'll look into it. But you knew because you're the government. You're telling me that things are happening in government ministries, and the government gets the papers like all of us. They see the headline stories, so they know what's going on. But yet, they do these things for added to get more money. And you know, it's so amazing. When it comes to finance, it ain't the prime minister because he ain't here. It is people like Alcides and Simon Wilson that's milking and putting their foot or their knee on the necks of Bahamians. How is it that we have done a struggling, we have competition out there. We got other parts of the world that's probably even much beautiful or beautiful just like us. We're saying, come our way, we ain't gonna hit you like them. We ain't gonna charge you like that. Just come, we can take you. And then
I agree.
you push
It's
back.
just, yeah, I agree with Darren. It's just unfortunately, and from what we can see from the Facebook pages that we went to, it was put out there in September. The rule was put out there, but it wasn't really given to the public who knew about it. So it's a surprise for people coming in. And, you know, you're traveling, you're older, you're worried. So I think it's a big concern. And I hope they do address it and look at it and make it smoother for people. You know, I understand the process, but I think there has to be a place where we stop. I mean, you have to look at that bigger picture. Darren talked about it, you know, the money they bring into your community and what they do. And, you know, you don't want to upset these people that are coming in. They aren't all loaded, but, you know, they do well, but they spend money in our restaurants. They go to our supermarkets. Everything jumps up when they come in, and it's heightened, and we make more money in the cleaning and the renting cars and the plumbers they have to use and everything. It's great for us, and we do not want that to decline. We cannot afford that.
Not only the people in my industry look forward to the winter birds. We look forward to it. It is here. It is your product is out on the road being paid for 4 to 6 months. These people are only going 3 places. One, they're going to the food store, and then they're going to probably go for dinner in the afternoon, and just they're not even driving around. You understand? And so again, this is what is happening and what is being proposed is something that needs to be strongly looked at. One, from the Minister of Tourism. Again, this is these are people that are coming for a period of time. These are people that are investing in the economy. They're paying VAT. They're paying all of the required fees to be here. To add on an unnecessary charge. That's what I call it. And furthermore, you know, why wasn't it discussed? Where did it come from? As if we get a sneak charge.
Well, obviously you have some folks in defense of it because, you know, the taxes are chiming in. Naughty, they can afford it. These are not poor people. Anywhere else they go, they're going to have to pay. Those other high-end destinations are have way more taxes on foreigners.
Where?
Well, I'm just reading what the tax
We're
is saying.
We're the high cost of living. It's lower in the rest of the Caribbean. So
That's what I
don't
thought.
think they have that problem. But again, you're not looking at the bigger picture of what they bring to the community and the money they spend there. We don't want to upset them. You don't want them in chat groups going, hey, it's a hassle to get here. I now have to go and apply for this form. I don't know if I'm going to get it. These are all things that they matter. When you travel, you don't want to pay an extra $200 to $400, depending on where you want to go stay. So you can understand. And not everybody's rich. They're coming on a budget. They do have to try and think about their expenses. And as we know, getting here is not as cheap as it used to be, especially getting to Grand Bahama.
Boy, Texas chiming in again. Naughty, they need to let the people of Life at Key, Albany, Charlottesville, and all of those swanky gated communities write a letter to the government. They move then when those kind of letters come in. Naughty,
Well,
Naughty, could you please tell Darren to keep agitating the Port Authority to replace the pipelines in Lewis Yard because our MP, Aram Lewis, ain't checking at all. Boy, Freeport is candid today.
It is very candid today.
Aggravates those pipelines. You know, the sad part about it is the responsibility. When we sat into the town meeting a year ago, we were fighting this matter. It is actually the responsibility of the government to replace those pipelines. and the Port Authority, from the discussion in the meeting, were being good corporate citizens and changing a portion of it, which the government agreed then under the previous administration to change out the remaining ones. They went as far as they're in Pindus Point, not too far from the bus stop, but then they needed to go from that point where they stopped further into Hunters. And what the residents are experiencing is that when these are government water and sewage pipes that was installed back in God knows how long, and they are metal pipes, so they have rust, and so that portion of the community is actually getting rust water rather than water from PVC pipes. And so I was trying to convince the port by cussing them for a little while longer to actually change the pipes, saying that they're collecting monies from the water bill, and there's some claw into a certain charge that's not being collected in this particular area. It is funny, but again, it's not Aaron Lewis, but he is the member of parliament who should be agitating and pushing the pressure on the Minister of Works to be able to get this pipe system changed. And hopefully, he'll be able to convince the port to continue the process. Again, they're collecting water bill from it.
All right, I got to just address this one text, and then we got other topics we need to talk about. But Texter, could you please text me back and really explain to me what your issue is with the extended tourist market? Because here comes another text from the texter that previously said the fees are a good move to kill the extended stay tourist market. And Naughty, to the texter about high end, you want to price the stay over market. You want to price the stay over out of the market. Why? If you have guaranteed stay over guests, especially in slow season, wouldn't you want to keep them in the market, attract as many of them as possible?
Well, Naughty, I think that texter may be a PLP supporter who is 100% supporter.
I'm glad you went there because it sounded like blind ignorance to me, and I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. See, because this administration is caught up on cruise ship passengers to build its tourism number.
Yeah, but these are the same cruise ship passengers that don't spend diddly squat in any of our ports.
And that's why if that texter have ample sense, they will understand that we should not be taxing further taxation to stay over visitors, because it's really them that is driving and helping boost all of our islands of the Bahamas. They're not just coming to Grand Bahama, but they're going to Cat Island, they're going to Inagua, Eleuthera, and those areas. And when they go for a period stay. So they're spending. Airbnbs are making money, car rentals are making money, restaurants and
food
stores, and even persons are being able to get work. So there's many trickle-down effects on that piece of money that's coming over, more than $2,500 for the stay over visitors that we would hope to get. So they
go to all the events, and they spend money, and they go to the little bars and restaurants because they love it. It's great. Yeah, I just don't feel, I would just totally disagree with the caller, the texter, sorry.
All right, now let's move on to some other stuff because we got other things to talk about in Grand Bahama. Go ahead, Sarah.
So I'm going to go real quick. So we had the diplomatic week, which was great. And we had, they were all over town. It was great. They were at a lot of little events, and they were to go see Coral Vita. They went to church. They went to schools. So it was a really great meeting of the minds, and a lot of people around the island, and at all the restaurants were packed. So that was great. The big one I want to note, which I know everybody knows in the whole of Grand Bahama, and hopefully you do too, Naughty, the Mary Star Bazaar is back, which is fantastic. And I believe it's their 40th. This has, been a huge annual event. There's a car giveaway, but it's a great thing that Mary Star has always done. They're well known for their fantastic bingo, and so it's a really positive one. So that's a nice story for us. And we have a Good Eiffel, which is the family of Third Dimension is bringing their, they had like a reopening of their store. They did a lot of changes. So that's a really big move for them. And then the big one for me, which we wanted to talk about with Six Senses, had a town hall meeting last Thursday, and they discussed how they will be shutting the street down, access to that area, and starting to grade the land, preparing to start construction. We hope in the first quarter, January of 2025.
Naughty, of course, all of those things are good things for Grand Bahama. I just hope that Sarah, along with some development, will see the importance of being able to stress the closure of the road. And how we Grand Bahamians, we go. We find anything to make noise about and to demonstrate. The road is a known walking path for a lot of persons. It's out of the high traffic zone. And so you're going to have some queries there. And so I would hope that a lot of signage, press release, social media information will go out to be able to explain it. And also to be able to make clear that the closure of the road is indefinite. It won't be reopened. It's actually, from my understanding, it's going to be a whole new entrance to get onto the property. But again, I don't think we are fighting against progress. And so anything to support progress, development, in empowerment to help our island, we would do our part. I would just hope that
were very pleased about it at the town. I think people were very pleased at the town meeting, and I've actually spoken to a couple of groups. One in particular, a bike group that bikes down there, and they came and asked me about it, and I said, "Yeah, the road will be closing," and they were like, "You know what? In the form of progress, let it happen," because they know they can go over to the right or the left of it. It's not, it is used for barbecues and stuff, but we do have on our island a multitude of beaches. We're very fortunate. We have over 4,000 miles of beaches. So we have tons on the other side of Barbary. You have to go over the bridge to get there. And there's some on, but they are not closing the access to the beach. They know that. But they have to grade the land to make it fine. And then they're also going to do a similar thing to what Carnival did. They're going to raise the land as well. Because of hurricane issues. And so that's all got to be work that's got to be done. So, and it is, I will tell you, it's actually starting tomorrow, the work on it. So it's great because I think a lot of people didn't think it was going to happen, and it's happening, which is amazing. And so I hope not too many people are too upset about it, because I think the progress is going to be fantastic, because it gives us such a high-end hotel. It's one of the best in the world. And it's going to elevate our market again, which is something we need. That's going on with the O2 project and also with the Steiniger project. These are two other housing developments that will happen besides the Six Senses residences. So this is all good for us to elevate the market here in Grand Bahama, which we need, I think.
Well, obviously, you want the market elevated, so you want to keep the market there. I mean,
yeah,
you have to do what you need to do.
Yeah. I mean, I would understand if we don't have much beach access and we didn't have a lot of places to go, but we do have it. This place is right for
another
development.
point I want to make too, though. I mean, you have to do what you have to do it in reason, though, because at the end of the day, I mean, aren't Bahamians entitled to as much beach as they can get to, the waterline, the high water mark?
Yeah, and they know that, and they're very clear they won't be closing the beaches.
Because, I mean,
the beach will be open, and they talked about that in the meeting.
Because we've seen so many developments come in and make that cardinal, that crucial, that crazy error, locking off the beach, and you know how we go about our beach.
Exactly. It's and we know the rules, and they are our beaches. So I think they've been very clear. They've been told very clearly by us. I know that these beaches have to be accessible, and they do know that. But they will have to close the road because they're grading all the land, and there was a lot of hurricane damage there. So we just want to make sure everyone knows that. But it was a really good town hall meeting, and I think people were very pleased. And I think what Darren and I think that they highlighted, which I love, is that they want to give as much work as they can to Grand Bahamians. And they said those great words, they want to bring Grand Bahamians home, which is something we all really want. We want our people to come home and have the opportunity to work here, just as they do in other islands. We want to get our population back up and kind of change that UB narrative that went out there.
Naughty, let me get to the text line real quick. Naughty, when Bahamians travel, we are allowed to stay up to 3 months. That texter probably never traveled to another country before. Gotta be something. I just don't.
I think Bahamians are allowed to stay longer in the United States. More than 3 months.
But I get the point the texter was making. That one ain't used, obviously.
Very good point.
Right. Yeah.
Very good point.
What else we got,
Thank
Sarah?
That's it. That's it. Our stories for today. We're working on new ones already. Just want to remind everyone to go to the Mary Star of the Sea Bazaar because it's always a great annual tradition. You got to get your bingo card. You got to get your popcorn. You got to get your hot dogs and great food. I love the Mary Star Bazaar. It's always fun, and it's raising good money for the education system. And then the big story, obviously, is Weller, which is great. This means it's advancing, it's going on. And then our lead story, which is immigration.
All right. Well, good stuff, Sarah. And Don, what you got for us, man? Because I know me and you got to talk a little bit. I mean, outside of the fluff. What else is going on down there?
While Sarah is celebrating the week-long party that we had last week with what do you call it, Sarah? The ambassador, what do you call it?
Diplomat week.
Diplomat week.
Diplomat week. You all had a whole diplomat week, man?
We had a whole week.
All kind of
Party centrally.
Naughty, what is so, one of the things that's really burning within me is there's two causes of deaths in the common of the Bahamas. One is murder, and the other is all form of different type cancer. And the fact that our governments to date have not seen the importance of taking some of our resources and creating and providing the necessary health care for persons. Persons are dying because they have lack of care, can't afford it.
And accessibility to the care.
Yes, right. And if they can get these treatments, they can get them timely, you would have much more lives saved. So while they are so appearing to aggressively fight crime, we want to encourage government to aggressively fight and provide the necessary health care. We can't be spending millions on what is not important. I would love to see the budget for Diplomat Week in Grand Bahama, the monies that was spent, the amount of cocktail parties that was had. But yet, Bahamians are dying daily from pancreatic cancer, liver cancer, kidney cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, all them. And they cannot afford the abroad treatment if they don't have insurance. And the fact that they can't afford it, they're lasting for 8 and 9 months because the cancer is so aggressive. And so that is something that's a great bother to me as I've lost a very dear brother to cancer.
I lost my mom to cancer, so you preaching to the choir, my brother. And from I lost her in 2013 to now, nothing's changed.
This has been around for so long that our governments, time after time, has not seen the importance of being able to create a proper cancer facility to fight all, to provide good treatment, to have the necessary machines that's needed, and to make sure that we could do our part in eradicating or fighting. When we look at what is breadbasket items, some of the things that people need to save their lives, they can't because it's too expensive in the produce. But the breadbasket items are the food to cause this disease to spread and to get aggressive. And I would honestly hope, Naughty, that we would see the need to look into it and to make sure address it. Before time runs out on me, we've been talking about the elderly and all those stuff. I want to put a shameful plug here. Saturday, the Rotary Club of Freeport is hosting a free legal clinic. And the reason for this clinic is to provide all families free legal advice. It's going to be lawyers on Grand Bahama, the feeder That's the women part of lawyers. They're going to be there.
The women part, I love you.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you got the correct version of it.
Women lawyers.
Women lawyers. And they're giving free advice to persons of wills and how to organize certain things and to spread the word. It's going to be at the Raven Hall between the hours of 9 a.m. to 3. It's free. You're going to have some insurance companies there that's going to also provide you with some free guidance. And you're going to have some banks there that's going to also provide you with some free guidance. But the most important thing is those lawyers that you have legal questions. You were on a job and you were not properly compensated. Your daddy died, your mommy died, and they leave you this piece of property or they leave me this. This is going to be the forum that you can come. No $250 for consultation. It's all going to be free. Courtesy of the Rotary Club of Freeport and Feeder. Come out and be a part of this free event so that you can get this information. So we ain't got to worry about your Grammy giving out no host to the old folks who can't for you. And then you're fighting and say who got the power of attorney and who don't have the attorney and all that stuff. You will have that advice. Yes. And we have really also a former magistrate is expected also to be there to be able to provide further guidance on this matter. And so I look forward to it, and I want to encourage persons to encourage others to come out and be a part.
Good stuff. I appreciate you guys, as always, chiming in. Looking forward to doing it again next Tuesday. Let me grab this one call as we get to the break. But thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Darren, as always, for being so candid and keeping us up to snuff with everything that's going on in Grand Bahama.
Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to talk about it, too. We appreciate you. Glad you're feeling better, baby.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Glad I'm feeling better, too. Let's get to this call. Talking Heads.
Yeah, blessed, Naughty.
What's going on, 52?
Yeah, I appreciate your guess. I wanted to ask her if she read the Iron Mountain report yet, a report from Iron Mountain. But, Naughty, I went join the Lodge, like a Dodge. Word on the streets is that the officers who were charged allegedly for raping, right? The one in the Lodge is not wearing an ankle bracelet, so I won't be in the Lodge now. Now, another thing as relates to, it was a brilliant text some weeks ago, texted Dwight or whatever, and said that the Bahamas government is very, 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 very naive in that they are in competition. They're in cahoots with the competitors, the cruise ship, the cruise lines, right? And so you remember when there was a certain government in power, I don't want to call his name, but you remember when they took the $50 million of the taxpayers' dollars or $60 million, whatever, to dredge the harbor. You remember that, right? You didn't remember that, Naughty?
Yeah, I remember some dredging being done.
That is our money. So what I was saying is, we have to look at these type of situations where government officials sit in meetings with multi-billion-dollar transnational companies and discuss the beam in people's business. Now, $50 million was taken to dredge the harbor to facilitate their cruise industry. They were supposed to be paying some of the money. For me, I think it should be a public-private partnership as it relates to that. So we haven't seen the returns on that. We don't know anything about it. I thought, well, if someone slipped me some money under the table, I could always run a fable to the naive masses. I like to use another word. Bless up.
All right, man. 52. Good stuff as always, man. Sarah, Darren, appreciate you guys. We got to get to the break. We'll do it again next Tuesday. And I got good stuff as always. Looking forward to it again next Tuesday.
Thank you.
The bona fire, pana we got Babylon and the free talk could never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with ground. Me bona fire, pana we got Babylon and the free talk could never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the ground.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Take a juicy bite out of life with the new KFC Bacon Ranch Sandwich. From its 100% premium 120-gram white meat filet, KFC signature ranch sauce, and fresh lettuce to its cheddar cheese and smoky bacon stacked on a toasted brioche bun. You'll love this ultimate sandwich experience. Yes, the fried chicken experts have done it again. The KFC Bacon Ranch Sandwich is available in original recipe or spicy, but only available for a limited time at your favorite KFC. The new KFC Bacon Ranch Sandwich is here, and it's finger-licking good.
I'm joyriding.
CIBC Caribbean is giving 3 lucky clients the chance to win cash prizes this Christmas. Finance your vehicle with us for your chance to win, and we'll gift you no loan application fee, up to 100% financing, and up to 10 years to repay. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/joyofgiving and apply for vehicle financing now. Terms and conditions apply.
Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Hello everybody, it's Tuesday, and it's me, Cuban Willie, and it's time for your numerology report brought to you, of course, by the Island Game, and I got the cuatro pelotas for you, the 4 balls. 68, 68, 68, 68. Back to front to back, the 68, 68. Play them and win with the Island Game. Stay winning, my friends.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We can make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM.
Lord have mercy. Whoa, 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 well.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Central Bank of the Bahamas, the Cleveland Clinic, Fine Threads, First Caribbean Bank, Grand Bahama News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
I leave them with the brown. The work goes by so long on them plantation, and me never get paid. Or gold they stole away, how many life them slay. Now them work just slap them in them face. Why are yes, you and your crew can go too well. Cause after we know under you colonial spell, and all those false doctrine that you come tell. Hey, and all those books you stole away, all those kids you led astray. Wait on your judgment day. Bobby wrong, me burn a fire pan a weekend. Babylon and the filter coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Me burn a fire pan a weekend. Babylon and the filter coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. See ya, get to youth me and beg you be wise. Cause pirates and we strike by night. I want come trick you with them black and white. Whoa Lord, hey. But be careful what you sign, cause some things get you victimized.
Back at ya on the Tuesday, November 12th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. 5:08 p.m. is the time right now. And we got to jump on in to, the sports hour. And, of course, we kick it off with Today in Sports History, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Well worth the trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza, Monday through Friday, great for lunch and dinner. Then on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, great for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast starting at 9 a.m. Don't forget, every Wednesday, every Friday, 5 to 7 p.m., happy hour at Naughty Johnny's. All right, on this day, November 12th, here's how it went down. 1892, William Pudge Heffelfinger. What a name, Heffelfinger. William Pudge Heffelfinger became the first professional football player when he was paid a $500 bonus for helping the Allegheny Athletic Association beat the Pittsburgh Athletic Club. 1920, Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis was elected the first commissioner of the American and National Leagues. 1931, Maple Leaf Gardens opened in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It was to be the new home of the Toronto Maple Leafs in the National Hockey League. 1939, in Philadelphia, the first Sunday football game was played. 1953, the NFL policy of blacking out home games was upheld by Judge Alan K. Grimm of the U.S. District Court in Philadelphia. 1967, the Detroit Lions set a National Football League record when they fumbled the ball 10 times. They only lost possession 5 of those 10 times. 1972, Don Shula, coach of the Miami Dolphins, became the first NFL head coach to win 100 regular season games in 10 seasons. 1996, Dennis Rodman's World Tour 96 debuted on MTV. And your sports quote of the day, the best and fastest way to learn a sport is to watch and imitate a champion. Jean-Claude Killy. And that's a wrap on Today in Sports History, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnnies. All right, let's slide into the home court, the local home scene. Yeah, let's see what's going on, all brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. And don't forget, tomorrow's Whopper Wednesday. Every Wednesday, it's all about Whopper Wednesday. You get it as a combo, get it by itself, it's all G-O-O-D good. Bahamian judoka shine at Quebec Open. The performance at this tournament is a huge step forward for Bahamas Judo. These two athletes are definitely Olympic 2028 bound. I would like to thank all of their supporters and financial sponsors. Darcy Ramming, senior head coach. And that's Xavier Johnson. Definitely got to keep an eye on him. And then Kara Hanna doing well as well. Keep an eye out for both those names doing big things in judo. Ballers triumph over Mingos in thrilling homecoming game. The University of the Bahamas held its homecoming basketball game over the weekend at the Sir Kendall G. L. Isaacs National Gymnasium. The game saw the UB Mingos face off against the Nassau Flight Services Ballers. The Ballers triumphed over the Mingos with a final score of 81-78, sporting the homecoming celebration for the Mingos. The game was tightly contested from the outset, with both teams showing determination and skill. The Mingos and the Ballers exchanged leads throughout the match, keeping the fans on edge. However, it was a late three-pointer and crucial free throws by the Ballers that sealed their victory in the closing moments. New Providence Volleyball Association Lady Technicians triumph. Sunday evening had volleyball action at the Donald Davis Gym as the New Providence Volleyball Association hosted a series of competitive matches, both the women's and men's teams. In the women's games, the Set Slide Poppers faced off against the Lady Technicians in an intense battle that stretched over 5 sets. The Lady Technicians clinched victory with set scores of 25-18, 25-23, 17-25, 25-22, and 15-10. The game highlighted both teams' determination and skill set, with each set fiercely contested. After the match, Kovac Mortimer, head coach of the Lady Technicians, shared his thoughts on the team's performance. I would never say a win is a win. We won, and I'm elated about that, but we have a lot of work to do. We have a win-loss record of 3-2. The keys for victory for the rest of the season require consistency and limiting errors. And that's a wrap right there on your home court, all brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. Let's slide to who's in and who's out, all brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. And don't forget, Tropical Gyros still available for you right now. You got the Prince Charles location. You got the flagship store on Mackey Street. You got the Western location at R&D, all available for you. All right, and also over there in Grand Bahama. So get your Tropical Gyro on today and try those gyro bowls too. They are all G-O-O-D good. All right. Let's check out who's in and who's out. You got a lot of movement in the offseason in baseball as well. Looking for Pearly to chime in. Give me a glance and see if you got Pearly. I know Pearly got some. Okay. Mr. Producer. You have Pearly in short order. Let me get this phone call, but yeah, I know where Pearly lurketh. Let's get to this call. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, this is Trilla Minute Run.
Hey, what's going on, Quincy? What's happening?
Well, overall, man, just reminding the relation of the Bahamas' first world champion, Elijah Obed. This is the date that he won his world championship in 1975.
Right. This is the anniversary when he won in 75, correct?
Yep. This is the anniversary, and we still pleading for the government to memorize him and put something
I think
in his honor.
I think honestly, we need to do something with that national boxing facility that they have out there, the Blue Hill Sporting Complex, because you got some young coaches that are really trying to develop the sport of boxing. I think they need support, and I think if you redo that building, that would be a perfect place to put a statue of Elijah Obed, our champion.
But that's one of the things we are.
I think he's on the Wall of Fame at the airport, correct?
I'm not sure. But I spoke with his brother. He was saying they would like him for.
His brother is a regular. His brother is a regular caller to this show. In fact, Brayman called earlier today.
Yep. He said the street that Obed grew up on, something off East Street. I forgot the name.
Should be renamed.
Be named Obed's honor.
But you got to wait and see if the administration changes, because the last time the PLP named the street after somebody, Fred Mitchell unveiled when Street Sign and Almost Crossed the Old Man passed away because his name was spelled wrong.
Yeah, man, boy, I know that go.
So that's why I think we need to stick to a statue, but as long as we don't get the one who did the statue, the sculptor who did the statue for Dwayne Wade, because that Dwayne Wade statue don't look nothing like Dwayne Wade. Me one. But yeah, I mean, I think we need to do something, man. You definitely can't throw that away. In that era, Obed was a champion against great contenders. And you had the likes of Roberto Duran in that division coming up. Young Wilfredo Benitez. You know, and he had and people don't realize he had great training. Angelo Dundee.
Yep, all the greats. You know, people don't know him. Listen, man, that same division, which is the junior middleweight, we had Chivalry Leonard, we had Roberto Duran, we had E. Floyd Mayweather.
You had Aaron the Hawk Pryor, too, for a minute there.
Yep.
And Alexis Arguello.
Oh, yep, man.
Now,
there's some good fighters.
Let me ask you this question, because I got a text to chime in. And thumbs up to Elijah Obed, Naughty. We do need to honor him and his legacy. Naughty, you also have a gentleman in Bimini, 89 or 90, that was a boxer. You know who that is, Quincy?
Yeah, Gumio Brennan.
Okay, Mr. Brennan.
Yep. But, a lot of things got to be done, yep.
Now, let me ask you a question, man. Did you get to take in that fight the other night with Jaron Ennis?
Jaron Ennis.
The IBF middleweight champion, man. He had a good fight against a European contender. And he has a funny long last name, so I'm not going to pull a Pearly and butcher it. But, Jaron Ennis, I think, could make some noise. I think he could make some noise in that division.
Yeah, I didn't follow that one.
Yeah, man, but next time you get a chance to catch a Jaron Ennis fight, that was solid.
But Naughty.
You said Pearly.
You go with Tyson or you go with Paul?
Pardon?
You go with Tyson or Paul?
Man, listen, in the real world, I can go with Tyson, but, how this thing go, entertainment, I ain't touching it.
Well, let me take him in 6. If Tyson will get him in 6, it could be a long night for him.
I just want Mike to come out and say, I didn't want to devour Jake Paul's father or his children. I just felt I was going to be a disciplined pugilist in the spirit of Customato because it's a sweet science, and I'm no longer malicious. I've changed my ways, and the only thing malicious in my life were the cookies that I had for lunch today. They were very malicious with some milk. They were wonderful. All right, man. Good stuff, Quincy. Always good to talk to you, man. We got to talk boxing one day and get you in here, okay?
Okay, thank you, man. Okay.
Take care, bro. Yeah, Pearly, I pulled the Pearly. There is not a last name in sports that you haven't butchered.
That's why I never call your last name.
Exactly, but I mean, I'm not going to call this dude's name because it's a tongue twister.
Okay.
I remember when you first tried to say Devin a chain. I remember, boy, a chain. A chain had you going for a while, boy.
Listen to me. It's actually at Achan.
Achan, and you had him at Acme and Achan and Acme and...
I went to school
at one point you was the boy from Texas A&M.
That's what I had to do. I went to school in Midwest United States, Minnesota. And that's a German place. So you know, a bunch of Anglo-Saxon names and stuff like that. I used to say, hey guy, hey girl, hey guy. I didn't remember nobody's name.
I want to let you know something ahead of time, man. I mean, that Minnesota vibe might save you because they got some good people from Minnesota. But Pearly, on behalf of Yankee Nation, I just want to thank Dodger Nation for winning this Super Bowl. For winning this World Series. For breaking out the checkbook and trying to sign everybody and their ma in the offseason and linking to getting pitching and all that. Do you know who's become the most hated franchise overnight? You guys. You guys. And I just want to thank you.
I know. My son, who's a Brave fan, oh, Daddy, you're all trying to buy a championship. I say, yeah, and what's wrong with that? Steinbrenner used to do it. What's wrong with that?
But
you don't
Pearly,
feel bad? I say, no, I feel very good.
Pearly, there's some rumors swirling the potential arrivals in New York, man.
I think Soto's going to stay in New York.
Soto is going to stay in New York, but we're going to add some other people, too.
You're probably going to get...
You know who's bothering me, though? The stinking Giants. So the Giants won't go away in this Soto situation, boy.
The Giants can try, but at the end of the day, Soto wants to stay on the East Coast. He's going to... If he wanted to be on the West Coast, he would have stayed in San Diego.
Yeah, he would have. But I think we might get...
And if he wants to be in the West Coast, he's going to come back. He got a chance to win a World Series, which is in L.A. So he's not going to do that.
All right,
let's get a better chance. His chance is either Los Angeles or Yankees. Other than that, or the Mets. Ain't nothing happening.
Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Yeah, Naughty. Pearly, welcome back. Pearly, welcome back. What's going on?
Yeah, my phone tripped the hell out yesterday.
Why you pass around last night, Naughty? And you say you're going to go pass around?
Man,
so I got to talk to you and my neighbor and my other Pittsburgh fan.
I was on the bay.
I talked to the three all back.
I was on the bay, but when it got 20 to 12, I said, you know what? Let me turn around and go home. I don't need to deal with none of this footage today.
Hey, Pearly, where that defense been all year, man? Where that been all year?
No, that defense was there. Never just wasn't there last week. You look at the losses, we had lost a lot of 16 to 12 losses, them kind of losses. So the defense was there, just starting to play ball. Now, what they wasn't doing, what they did last night was they put pressure on the quarterback and sacked him 4 times. And that's what was good stuff.
But he still do good, though. He still was under control, and he ain't panicked too. I had a turnover, I intercepted him, but still play good. He still get the ball down enough to get the field goal and get the touchdown to Hill and everything. He played the last 3 games. He looked good for true. The last 3 games he looked good.
Watch him against the Raiders. We can beat the Raiders. We can beat the Raiders.
I would Skiller boot now. 9 straight, Skiller.
And I can tell you, like I tell Skiller, the 2 of y'all is eat garbage and bark at the moon. Now, the 2 of y'all crazy.
Skiller boy, hey, Skiller. Eric, tell you call on Tuesday, right? I with you. 9 straight, Skiller. Hey, but
9 straight, we are not even on PlayStation with the cheat codes. Are you crazy?
Naughty would die if we win 9 straight.
Y'all aren't, so I'm not even worried about it, Pearly. Y'all aren't.
Yeah, man, we getting 9 straight.
We know who may lose 9 straight.
And that would be a great thing, Pearly. Pearly, I would love for us to lose 9 straight and have the number 1 pick in the draft. You all can't talk to me then.
You saw the article I sent you today? What Stephen A. Smith said?
I don't really read anything with Stephen A. I think it's trash. I think the coonery with Stephen A. Smith is beyond ridiculous now.
No, this is what he said.
The coonery with Stephen A. Smith is beyond ridiculous. He's become a caricature of himself. Him and Shannon Sharp look like the odd couple, in a weird kind of way.
Stephen A. Smith agreed with you. He said Cowboys should tank for the number 1 pick. They should pick Shador, I haven't even pronounced it.
It's Shador and trade Dak to the Raiders, but that's where it stops, and we don't need Dion as coach.
Sign Dion, and they say, sign Dion. And that was a major discussion on the ESPN this one, that they should go after Dion, because Dion is the one coach that will tell Jerry Jones, go kiss my butt, I doing it my way.
I guess you're going to say that.
And spend some money while you do it.
Stephen Jones.
Yep.
The son.
Well, Stephen is just like our Davis' son in Vegas, love alcohol and strippers, so that ain't going to work.
Right. But that could be a good matchup between Buddy Hield and Klay Thompson tonight, too, though.
Ain't going to be no matchup, because I believe Buddy can shoot his eyes out, to tell you the truth. Buddy's on fuego right now.
The 2 of them are shooters now.
Yeah, but Buddy is a hot man right now. Buddy's shooting lights out, period.
And this Klay Thompson first time back, the play them, and they even giving him a hat and all. They honoring him and giving him a hat and all. So that could be a big emotional game for him tonight.
All them years he was in Golden State and they giving him a hat? They had slapped him in that hat, boy.
What's up, guys? All right, I can let someone else get a legal link, brother.
Yes, Muff, be safe. I jam for you all them years, and when you jam into and you giving me a hat. Hey, but listen here, Pearly. Let me let you know something. This is what I like to hear. Yankees very interested in working a trade for Carlos Correa from the Minnesota Twins. They're up for sale. Correa is an inning eater galore that would look good in pinstripes. In addition to that, this is the sneaky move right here. Christian Walker from the Diamondbacks.
I saw that story. That ain't no sneaky move. That story been floating around a couple of days.
No, that's a nasty sneaky move if they line that up though. That's a nasty move right there.
The shortstop, right?
Yeah.
So what happened to Volpe?
Well, Volpe could move around. It's first base. He's a first baseman. He's second baseman. He's a first baseman, Pearly.
Oh, yes, that's right.
He's a first baseman. He's a second baseman. You got me thinking, no, he's first base.
There was another shortstop they spoke about that y'all may get.
Yeah, but I think if they go to route a walk and they put him on first, you leave Glenn at second, and you and Thingham at short, and Jazz at third. So your infield's set. You got your catcher. And that's another big stick in the lineup.
And then none of them than Jazz could play fundamental baseball, but that's all right.
You changed it up real quick, boy, because that almost got you in trouble the other day, boy. You catch yourself quick today, boy. What?
I saw old friend Stanley Mitchell, who's been a Dodger fan longer than I've been on this.
I know Stanley long time, man. That's my good
brother. But he was torn. He had to pull for Jazz. I said, I love Jazz to death. I love him to death. I want him to do well, but I'm a Dodger, and I ain't compromising that for nobody.
Yeah, I mean... So let me ask you a question, Pearly, in regard... Well, you got a call. Let's get to this other call, and then I got a Dolphin-related question for you. Talking Heads.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Radio, man. Everything all right?
Yeah, man.
Hey, Pearly.
Hey.
Yeah, you know who this is, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
You and the lady put hell on me when I say who was going to win. But anyhow, that's another story.
I remember now, yeah. Oh, you Baltimore Steelers.
I wonder what he wants to say. But anyhow, the gentleman who's on, what do you mean, Quincy Pratt, I agree with him 100%. I mean, we name things after everybody. That lady been in track and field, I know how long. They name a whole highway after her. Thomas A. Robbins Stadium named after Tommy. The baseball stadium named after, what's his name?
Andre, but I mean that Andre Rogers, that's a well-deserved name in that stadium.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Obed deserves something to name after him.
That's why I said they should redo the National Boxing Training Facility and put the statue outside of that.
Well, that's a little.
No, they got to that's why I said.
One where they got on, but
that is why I said they got to rebuild it, Carter. They got to make it bigger and better.
They got to build something with sense, wouldn't look like it's well-meaning, and name it after him. They got a whole road named after Michael Thompson. Huh? Come on, man. I like how they handle him. And he was fighting for years. And I think he deserved more than what they do for him. That was ridiculous. This guy had the Bahamas on his shoulder for years, and now they ain't even want to name nothing. Come on, man. They could name even if they didn't name a road after him. I like how they handle that. And they could find money. You know how much it is to build that stadium? And you tell me they can't call for $500,000 and build a nice gym and nice and pretty up and a boxing gym, because boxing ain't going there here in the Bahamas. And they can name that after him, And I could go on and on, but I'll just leave it as that. I totally agree. Now, the Dolphins, I mean, they look good. I mean, I watched them last night. They look good.
For God's sake, one sight in the first time in 3 weeks, now they look good. Let's go to the next call, man. Listen, they could be right there swimming in the mud just like the Cowboys at the end of the year. Ain't nothing happening for them.
Yeah. Well, the Colts had to beat them.
That's the next one. That's the next team ain't going nowhere. It's the Colts neither. Flacco at quarterback, ain't nothing happening.
Well, you see. But I want to talk some other things. I can talk to you about that another day.
What you got? What you got, though? What you got? I mean...
No. What I was going to say on... You remember the wetland on Carmichael Road where they knocked down the 500 acres or whatever they talk?
Mm-hmm.
The boys are there again. They're building there again.
You got to call me tomorrow so we can talk on that on Open Line Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right, sound like a plan. Let's get to the other call. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Nordy, in my opinion, right, when a lot of people talk about forgotten stars, here's two. Okay, you got Adam Bristol.
Okay.
And you got Baby Boy Roll.
Now, real quick, we were specifically talking boxing today when Quincy brought up Elijah Obed. Now, I totally agree. There's a multitude of ones we could go across the board that need that just rewards.
And in boxing, Baby Boy Roll never got notarized.
No, that's true. Baby Boy Roll for years and years and years, and was international as well too.
Oh, okay. I thank you, sir.
Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate it. Don't be a stranger. Talking Heads.
Nadi.
Hey.
What's happening? What's happening, Pearly?
Hey, what's going on, Mystery?
Hey, bro.
Now, I didn't listen to the beginning of the show when Pearly came on. He wasn't bragging, eh?
Oh, yeah, he was bragging. He was saying Tua was the greatest quarterback ever. And you should shut up. And people like Mystery Dolphin should eat their words for disrespecting Tua the way they do.
Man, listen, man. We didn't play last night. The only thing that looked good about us last night was the defense, okay? And what's his name had an off night, Stafford, all right? He didn't, come on, man. That ain't nothing to brag about.
He had an off night, or did the Dolphins' defense play well?
The defense played well.
All right, so it wasn't necessarily off night then.
How did Tua play, in your opinion?
Tua played like a high school quarterback.
Oh, my God.
He played like a high school, why? Because he threw one little...
Mystery, you make me do something on this show that I hate to do. Defend the Miami Dolphins, but I hate doing that, bro.
He threw a 10-yard touchdown to Tyreek Hill? Huh? Come on, man, let's be real. I am a Dolphin. I've been a Dolphin for life, okay? We need a name brand quarterback. Tyreek Hill is overrated. Tua is overrated.
So how do you really feel? How do you really feel, Mystery?
Mystery.
I just told you how I really feel.
Good or not?
Yes.
Let me ask you one question. Mystery, one question.
Yes,
how do you rate a quarterback? Do you rate him by how you feel, or do you rate him by his numbers?
I don't listen. Them numbers don't mean nothing.
No. Don't try beat around. You rate him by how you feel, or you rate him by his numbers?
I rate him by his numbers.
You get paid by your numbers in NFL. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, but then you have people on the team that help. You have people on the team
themselves. The dude is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, you have people on the team that helps you with your numbers. Name me 5 of the best quarterbacks in the league. Listen, Tua is a quarterback. Tua is not a football player. You have football players, NFL football players, in the NFL right now. One of them is Patrick Mahomes. Another one is Lamar Jackson. The other one is with the boy named from Washington.
Sir. Jaden Daniels. That's too. You crowning him too early, my brother. You crowning him too early. He's got a lot of talent, but you crowning him way too early.
He's playing good ball. He's playing.
He is not top 5, though. Despite his good ball, he is not top 5.
I didn't say he was top 5.
You just did. You just said top 5 quarterback.
No, I didn't say top 5. I said you have good quarterbacks and you have football players.
Okay.
Okay? That's what I said, not top 5.
Yeah, well,
all right? Tua is a quarterback. He's not a football player. Okay, Dak Prescott is a quarterback. He's not a football player. All right? You have quarterbacks who are quarterbacks and football player in the league. Let's be real about this.
Well, I can be honest with you. You really not a sports contributor or an analyst, but you are a boy, and we let you chime in anyway. So I think everything come in 360 today.
Yeah, all right.
Because with your takes that Tua is not a quarterback is crazy.
I said he is a quarterback.
No, that he's not a football player is crazy.
No, he's not. He's a quarterback.
Anybody who makes an NFL roster and stays on that team year in and year out is a football player, brother.
You're a furniture. You're a piece of figurine. That's what you are. All right? That's what you are. And that's what Tua and Dak Prescott are.
I want to know which one of your gals in which past life did Tua take from you or sleep with why you hate Tua so much?
He took the starting quarterback from a real starting quarterback that the Miami Dolphins could have had.
What do you mean?
That's what.
Who?
All right?
Who?
A real one.
You get us like an hour in here today. Who?
A real one. Who? Say about who?
You can't mean Tannehill.
Who?
You can't
no,
mean...
No, not Ryan Tannehill, man. No, not Ryan Tannehill.
So who do you mean?
And you know who I was banking on though, but he really looked bad on Sunday.
Who are you referring to?
Your boy on your team, your second string quarterback.
Trey Lance?
No, Trey Lance is third string. It's Cooper Rush.
You see, all he doing right now is trolling, Pearly. All he doing is trolling. That's all he doing. Because it makes no sense what he's saying. To compare a Cooper Rush to a Dak Prescott is crazy.
I didn't say I was comparing. I said he could have sit right there. He could have come right in with the Miami Dolphins. I'm not comparing him with Dak Prescott.
Oh, you say Cooper Rush?
No,
man. No. Mystery, you trying to make me defend the Dolphins 2 times in one show. It ain't gonna happen.
I can say this again. There are reasons why they're quarterback 1, quarterback 2, and quarterback 3. There are reasons why they're QB1, QB2s, and QB3s. And the reason is the talent. Cooper Rush
the talent and the tryouts and the training camp.
Talent.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. And Tua is the starting quarterback in the Dolphins because he has the talent. And if he leave Miami, anywhere else he go, he would be the starting quarterback.
But Pearly, let me ask you a question before you go to commercial. Did you celebrate that game today?
I thought it was a good win. I thought that the offense played good enough to win. The defense bent, but it didn't break. And there's a lot of work to be done. First of all, Tua lost. He lost his starting left guard, and Robert Hunt got hurt.
Okay.
All right. And
yeah, that's right. I agree. Hurts need to be over both of them.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good stuff, Mystery. Let me get this other call real quick. Talking heads. Anyway, gotta call us back, caller. We're gonna take a quick break. Flip side of the break. Pearly and I got your picks lined up, all brought you, of course, by the Island Game. And we're gonna get you into a great final, our 15 with Colin Cowherd and Nick Wright. Are the Steelers for real? And more. That's all coming up on the flip side of the break as Talking Heads continues right after this.
Around the world, Cleveland Clinic is recognized as a leader in healthcare. Our team of experts relentlessly pursues the best for our patients. From groundbreaking cancer research to state-of-the-art heart surgery, life-saving innovations happen here every day. When it's time to travel for your health, it's time to travel to Cleveland Clinic. Your destination for care. For every care in the world. To learn more, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Take a juicy bite out of life with the new KFC Bacon Ranch Sandwich. From its 100% premium 120-gram white meat filet, KFC signature ranch sauce, and fresh lettuce, to its cheddar cheese and smoky bacon stacked on a toasted brioche bun. You'll love this ultimate sandwich experience. Yes, the fried chicken experts have done it again. The KFC Bacon Ranch Sandwich is available in original recipe or spicy, but only available for a limited time at your favorite KFC. The new KFC Bacon Ranch Sandwich is here, and it's finger-licking good.
Fine style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. With fine style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Lord have mercy. Oh well. We burn a fire upon a week at Babylon and the free talk could have never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Me burn a fire upon a week at Babylon and the free talk could have never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me,
we're back at you on the Tuesday, November 12th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with Pearly and your company right up until 6. We're going to get into our picks in a second. Let's get these calls in as quick as we can. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty.
Skill up.
I ain't gonna be long.
You as my boy, and I got to get to the picks. Producer looking me right in the face. Make sure call me early tomorrow.
I say to you, right?
Yeah.
That's for you.
Listen, that ain't for me. That's one. You say 9 straight. You say 9 straight.
That's one.
So that's
now,
one.
Listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem with you when you entertaining this boy mystery.
And
that nigga don't know nothing but sports.
And I have a problem with you when you be entertaining LeBron. You see how this thing go? LeBron James and his stupid antics in LA. So see everything this week out. I was entertaining. You was entertaining way too much. You was a real LeBron sexual.
I don't entertain LeBron.
You're a LeBron sexual. Call it.
I talking about how this niggas be talking about Jack. He ain't no quarterback and Cooley ain't no quarterback.
He's be trolling. You can't see that he like to call the show because he gets you all to react this way. And then when he ran in these circles, they say, hey, mystery, we heard you on the radio. They was getting off on you. They saying this and saying that.
Yeah, okay. Now, I want to say something to Pearly. And then
yes, sir.
Pearly, I hear you say that the defense bend but didn't break.
Yes.
They even ain't bend. They even ain't bend.
Yeah, they bend.
Out of the gate and they finish it that way. The defense performed. They did what they supposed to do, Pearly. That's the defense. What we looking at, top 5 defense.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Go on.
They gave up a lot of yardage, but when it got into the red zone, they clamped down. That's what I mean. But
they let up 5 field goals. That's what they did. That's what they did. They bent, but they didn't break.
I'm talking about.
Them fellas, Ben. Now watch this. You know my man is a top 5, top 6 quarterback, right? But listen to this. Listen to this.
Who's the top 5, top 6 quarterback?
They've been in the Tingham 4 times, and they couldn't get.
Hold on. Who's the top 5, top 6 quarterback? Matthew Stafford?
Yeah.
Come off this phone. See, you're blindly pushing it now. Bye. Talk to you tomorrow, Skilla. Come on, man. You just as bad as mystery.
Okay, let me put it like this. He's one of the top 10. Let me put it in the 10, right? But what I'm saying is, Pearly, that's what I'm saying, Pearly. Pearly, they ain't had 1/3 down in just about the whole first half. They couldn't get a third down.
I agree. They didn't get a third down conversion until the fourth quarter. I agree. That's
right,
why I said
that's what I'm saying. And that's and the thing about it, look where they've been inside the thing 3 or 4 times, and they couldn't get a touchdown. That's defense. Field goal.
All right, you got 8 more to go, Skilla. Call me on Friday when we doing the picks, okay? 8 more to go, Skilla. 8 more to go. Let's get this last call in. Talking Heads. All right, Pearly, who you like tonight? We got to get into the games. We're doing NBA, all brought you, of course, by the Island Game. And really, if you want to have a shot at the big NFL takedown, simply log on to theislandgame.com. If you haven't got yourself an account yet, get your account, get verified, get those bonus bucks they give you for signing up. Make a single game bet or a parlay, $20 or more, and you're going to get registered. Drawing in November is for $5,000. Drawing in December is the grand prize and all expense paid to the trip to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. So it pays to play and win with the Island Game. And the Island Game always reminds you to play responsibly. All right, here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. We got some NBA tonight, Pearly. Lots of NBA tonight. Okay. Lots of NBA.
Ready?
We could go all over the landscape, really, because there's college basketball going on. There's college football going on. There's the NBA, there's the NHL. Lots of games, for you to check out. But
all right, who we going with?
Tonight we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in the NBA. Atlanta on the road against Boston. Boston 16-point favorites. They played a rough game last night. I like Boston to win, but I'm taking them on the money line. 16 is way too much.
Yeah, that's a lot. I'll take them on the money line as well.
Hornets taking on the Magic. The Magic are healthy again. They're at home. They're a good team at home. 8-point favorites over the Hornets, coming off a back-to-back. I'm gonna go Orlando by the 8 points.
Okay, I'll go with you.
Miami Heat -1.5 against the Detroit Pistons. This could be a trap game. Heat played last night.
Detroit been sneaking some teams. I ain't going with Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit may sneak the Miami Heat in this one. I probably wouldn't touch this one at all. New York Knicks -3.5 against the Philadelphia.
I'll take Detroit in the points.
New York Knicks -3.5 against the Sixers. Sixers still injury depleted. The Knicks still trying to figure things out, but they're a better team right now. So give me the Knicks in the money line. I still say the 3.5.
Is Embiid back tonight?
No. Because if he was back tonight, they would not be a 3.5 point dog at home.
All right.
Toronto Raptors on the road against the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee -8.5. I like Milwaukee to win the game, but via the money line, 8.5. Milwaukee hasn't covered the spread at all this year against anybody.
Okay, I'll agree. I'll go with you.
Phoenix Suns against the Utah Jazz. I like the Suns to get it done and beat them by 5.5.
Okay.
Dallas Mavericks +2.5 against the Golden State Warriors. Woo, I don't know. Warriors had a blowout win. Mavericks had a loss. Things may be tough. They play them back-to-back, though, so give me the Warriors -2.5 at home.
I like the Warriors tonight -2.5 as well.
Minnesota Timberwolves -9 against the Portland Trailblazers. In most scenarios, I wouldn't say this, considering Minnesota played last night, but they lost. And Minnesota's very good after a loss. They always come back with a win. Something like 14-1 or 19-1 dating back to last year. I like Minnesota to get it done. Wow, the line just went up to 9.5 from 8. So now I'm going to go the money line and play it safe. Minnesota, I'm in the money line.
Yeah, this take note that this is the NBA Cup being played right now, so they can play this a little different than they would play a regular season game.
Yeah, that may be true too. But that NBA Cup, is that another word for the in-season championship?
Yeah.
Oh God.
You know the one the Lakers won last year, and then
that we don't even recognize.
Yeah. Oh, every commercial said the Lakers won the first one.
Anyway, don't worry about that. We got to get to the break. We'll do it again tomorrow, Pearly. I appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your sports on TV. And we got a great Final 15. Colin Cowherd, Nick Wright are the Steelers for real, among other things. So that should be a good listen on the way home.
That's really interesting.
Pittsburgh could be a dark horse. All right, good stuff. We'll do it again tomorrow, Pearly. I appreciate you.
We can know Sunday after they play Baltimore what they are.
Oh, we can know for sure then. Good stuff, man. Yeah. Quick break, flip side of the break. Nick Wright and Colin Cowherd taking us home. Keep it right where you got it. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Talking Heads.
Yes, you and your crew can go too well. Cause after we know under you colonial spell, and all those fans that you come tell. Hey! And all those books you stole.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Take a juicy bite out of life with the new KFC Bacon Ranch Sandwich. From its 100% premium 120-gram white meat filet, KFC signature ranch sauce, and fresh lettuce, to its cheddar cheese and smoky bacon stacked on a toasted brioche bun. You'll love this ultimate sandwich experience. Yes, the fried chicken experts have done it again. The KFC Bacon Ranch Sandwich is available in original recipe or spicy, but only available for a limited time at your favorite KFC. The new KFC Bacon Ranch Sandwich is here, and it's finger-licking good.
What gift gives you joy?
The gift of home renovations.
Apply for a personal loan with CIBC Caribbean and use your funds for a dream holiday, home renovations, or more, and we'll gift you no loan application fee and the chance to win one of 3 prizes in your country from our regional pot of up to US $100,000. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/joy of giving. CIBC Caribbean terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to Talkin' Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Lord have mercy. Whoa,
Now, co-host First Things First joins us live. All right, I always say, peruse that top 10, anything that stands out to you.
Top of the tiers, spot on. I like the 1, 2, 3, 4 exactly. I have some concerns about the Ravens we can get into later. The Eagles have really impressed me, and the Chargers, they don't have any great wins, but you can see what they're building. Here's my only beef. I think the Vikings and the Packers are better than San Francisco. I'm not sure why I'm supposed to believe San Francisco is anything close to what it was last season or the season before. And I know this isn't the point of the tiers, but Colin, if you look at what the Cardinals have left and what the Niners have left, I'm starting to think, I was with the Rams, but the loss last night was so devastating, they might be in too big of a hole. I think the Cardinals might be incredibly well positioned to win that division. And I'll call the shot right now. Week 18, Sunday Night Football, final game of the NFL season, I think is going to be Niners-Cardinals with the NFC West on the line, where the winner wins the division and the loser misses the playoffs entirely. And I think the Niners could be on the outside looking in. I was not impressed by what they did this past weekend, and I don't think the defense is going to be able to overcome some of the offensive injuries.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think part of me is it's confirmation bias. I want them to be good. Yeah. I've loved them for years.
They're supposed to be good.
That's right.
They got a great coach. Purdy played well this week. Like, my lack of impressiveness this week's not about Purdy. The throw to Kittle was great. I don't love the Debo thing. Like, I am not of the belief that, always keep your hands to yourself. Never, but like different workplaces at different standards. People are like, oh my God, can you imagine if you did this at Kinko's? They don't work at Kinko's, they work in the NFL. But the problem to me with the Debo thing is the imbalance of power. If you're going to hit somebody at work, they've got to be allowed to hit you back. Like, if you punch J-Max, so be it. He can punch you back. Yeah. If you punch an intern, it's a problem because the intern's not allowed to hit you back. Yeah. You can't fight the kicker and long snapper when you're one of the highest paid guys on the team because they're not allowed to hit you back. So I thought that was kind of a bad vibe sign. I didn't like that either.
Yeah. Never done that to an intern and never considered it, but thanks for planning it.
No, you've thought about hitting J-Mac, though, but he's got that gun show ready. He'd piece you right back, so it'd be fair.
Yeah, so I was saying this. Sometimes it's fun to be really wrong. And I said for 4 years, I love Mike Tomlin, but they're tone-deaf offense. Suddenly, to his credit, this is the advantage of having an experienced Super Bowl winning coach with a big salary. He benched Justin Fields with a winning record and said, it's just a gut instinct. You can't do that if you're a rookie head coach. You get a lot of heat. He's like, guys, this is why I'm well compensated. And I'm wrong. And I think we both are to some degree. Russell, I said this yesterday.
Has played well.
Everybody's clinging to Aaron still got it because he's cool. He doesn't. Everybody pushed Russell out the door because he's not cool. And I'm watching him. Nick, he's got the deep ball back. I'm sorry, but...
that moon ball's back.
It is.
He's not taking as many sacks.
No.
They're playing from a script they're comfortable with. If they hadn't, attempted to execute one of the most asinine fake punts I've ever seen in a game they were totally controlling, I think they could have blown out Washington, and Washington's a good team. So, I thought Russell Wilson was totally cooked. And he's now playing, I think, better than he played, obviously, in Denver. but either year, but I think arguably better than he played his final year in Seattle. And that is shocking to me. Now, the only trepidation I have with Pittsburgh is I know America knows they have a tough remaining schedule. I don't know if they understand what it actually is. They have 8 games left. It is all 6 divisional games, and the 2 other games are the Eagles and the Chiefs. So that is as absolutely murderous of a final 8. And I know the Browns are no good and the Bengals have struggled, but AFC North divisional games are always tough. Steelers-Browns games are tough, and the Bengals offense is going to be a lot to deal with. But because of that, it was incumbent upon them to get out to this awesome start, and they did it. And so, like, the Russell Wilson, George Pickens combo, that has been unlocked. Pickens, who's, you know, kind of a bit of a personality issue at times, was not happy with Fields. He's been happier with Russ. And you've got to give them credit. And if they can split with Baltimore, which I would expect them to do, then you've got to say they're the favorite to win that division, even with that brutal schedule.
So I'm going to throw this at you with Caleb Williams. Because they butchered Justin Fields and Mitch Trubisky, they didn't work. And I'm not blaming all on the staff. That Caleb Williams, because he was a higher prospect, has to work. So there is no argument here. It doesn't matter if he's struggling. That it does matter also that Bo Nix and Jaden Daniel look terrific. And that there's so many things working here. Matt Hasselbeck said yesterday, most of these sacks are on Caleb. Whether they are or not, I'm not an NFL quarterback or former one. Is there a singular thing that I heard this yesterday from somebody I trust, Nick, in the league? He said, Colin, there's stuff here that I'm not sure is correctable. Is there any part of you that thinks the coach is irrelevant, he'll just never be Jaden Daniels, and he's just not a star?
I'm not. So that I think is, I'm shocked at the whiplash some have had on their Caleb Williams opinion. Listen, if you didn't love him coming out of college, if you were like, hey, he's overrated as a prospect, it won't translate, and what you're seeing right now, you're like, I told you so, so be it, bully for you. But if you are in the generic you I'm talking, in the vast majority of people who all agreed he was the number 1 player in this draft, the number 1 quarterback. And after 9 games, 3 of which he was excellent in the middle, you're like, I've changed my opinion. Then with respect, I don't value your draft opinions ever again moving forward. What is the point of watching college football, scouting these players, if half a season of football, you're like, nope, I've changed my mind. Now, are there some concerning signs? Sure. But I'm going to tell you, everyone's pointing to the sacks and the off-target throws and how much is on the all-line, how much is on Caleb. I'm going to give you a stat no one's pointing out that I think is the biggest indicator that the coaching was bad and got in his head. In these last 3 games, which have been the worst 3-game stretch of football he's probably ever played in his life, certainly his worst 3-game stretch in the pros. Do you know how many interceptions he's thrown? 0. He has, in these, PFF has him graded as in these 3 games, 1 big-time throw and 0 turnover-worthy plays. So what does that tell me? The coaches coached the aggressiveness out of him. Peyton Manning, rookie year, what did he throw? 28 picks to go along with it was a bunch of boom, a bunch of bust. He was learning. What is so concerning to me about the last few games is he's refusing to trust what he's seeing. He's refusing to throw the ball down the field. He's refusing to take chances. You've got to take chances. And so that, to me, is why, Caleb needs to play better. He needs to be more accurate. This is clearly, some of this is on him. But I would feel better, Colin, if he had thrown 6 picks the last 3 weeks than 0. 0, when you're struggling and not turning the ball over, when you are not a game manager quarterback, you're an explosive big play quarterback, that to me means you are being told, take care of the ball, trust the defense, take care of the ball. and now he's playing slow and not believing what he's seeing. So that, I think moving on from Waldron was smart, and I think they're going to have an offensive head coach next year.
So it's interesting. If I said to you, hey, let's go on a guide trip, but one of the guys...
You're paying.
It'd be a poker trip with you. It'd have to be. Forget, I go rafting trip, you'd go poker, you'd win. But if I said to you, one of the guys is really moody, holds grudges, and you got to kind of see it his way. You'd be like, that's not a good hang. It's a little bit what you were hearing with Aaron in Green Bay, and Boomer Esiason, popular New York radio guy, had this to say yesterday about Aaron Rodgers. And I ask you, this was the Green Bay issue. Everybody walking on eggshells. It is now the New York issue. You're watching Kyler Murray look like a different sport against him. You've watched Bo Nix beat him. You watch Mahomes, Lamar, Herbert. If you're the Jets, is it under consideration? You move off him.
So I don't think it's under consideration. I think it's the only possible option. He will be, after this season, he will be a 41-year-old quarterback that is coming off the 3 worst seasons of his career. Call it 2 if we're not going to count the year he lost the Achilles, fine. The year in Green Bay was terrible, a lost season due to injury, this disaster. He is the worst leader in all of sports. He is only, best I can tell, somewhat interested in football, and only if he can play with his old friends and family. There would be no reason whatsoever to bring him back. And Jet fans think I've been hating on them all year. I've just been impeccably accurate every step of the way all year, which sounds like hating when you're a train wreck team and franchise. But I have some good news. Listen, one of the knock-on effects of last Tuesday's election is Woody Johnson is about to get another cushy post overseas. So the Jets have an opportunity to go from Woody to Christopher Johnson, so you move out, at least temporarily, arguably the worst owner in the league.